He needs to make this, surely. Okay, right. Come on, Mr. Who's the Boss. Come on, Bomber. Oh, wait, no. Shit. Fuck, they've lost. Can I change the quality? How does that look? That looks better. Oh, there we go. Let's get the show on the road. Joining a session. Spectate. Right, who is Skibbity Tyler? That's weird. 7 people. Woohoo. Alright, is the audio fine? Is the audio fine in the Twitch chat? For the people that can hear me. Can people hear me in the Twitch chat? Yo, who are you rooting for? I don't know who I'm gonna root for. To be fair, I kinda want Sauber to win this one. I want Golflad to win. Can you hear me?
Yo.
Jeez, that's loud. Yo, turn your mic down. I'm gonna have to mute all. With the mute out. Can people hear me in the chat? This will be such a good race. We have, I think, 10 drivers on the grid today. Hopefully Mercedes can make some points because they are last on the leaderboard. Let's just check. Hold on. Okay, alright. This will 29 laps, short qualifying. We could not right now. Huh? What? Yes. So can people hear me or not? Put in the Discord, can people hear me or not? If you are in the Twitch chat. Whoever is in the Discord. Can people? Yes. Alex, Kemi, Lebo. Yeah, we could not right now though. Oh yeah. We can hear. Okay. I am Velorinx. I don't see a Velorinx. Velorinx. I feel like Milias will have a good race today, to be honest. He did sadly not want to get interviewed for some oblivious reason. Twitch. Yep, that's me. How many people do we currently have in the chat for? So hope my current commentary will be better than yesterday's, to be honest. Yo, Alex, how many people are on the grid today? This is T2, isn't it? Yeah. Is it 7? Or... I put raving. 8 or 9, okay. So we have 8 or 9 drivers currently racing in the Tier 2 grid. And if you didn't know, if you were watching the Sadman charity match, the YouTube All Stars won on penalties 4-1, I think. Hopefully, the person that's not in here will join very soon. Write your predictions in the chat. Come on. We need the predictions in the chat. Wait, is it... Can people type? Is it verified only, or... Is it followers only? Shouldn't be. Blamdua, Blamdua. Have fun watching. You can refresh. Oh, I don't see one. Yeah, I don't see one. Right, are they in here? Frost. Frost is in it. Is Frost racing? Or is he spectating? I'm at a weekend. Yeah, refresh. Da, 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 da. Yeah, refresh or restart. Ooh. It is supposed to start in 6 minutes. So we have 6 minutes until we start the formation lap. Oh, Frost is driving. So we have what, nine? Nine drivers head out. I think it's another Aston Martin, I'm pretty sure. Here it is, in a snail. Hopefully, isn't a snail today. I think he is a McLaren or Aston Haas. Okay. Voice chat suspended due to lobby. Voice start will resume. Are we taking a mick here, ref? Love to see it. Blandua, Blandua, Blandua. Let me just send him a message. Guys, I think. Okay, turn your mic volume up. I think this is the all the way up. Is it not loud enough? We can barely hear. What? Hold on. Is that better? Is this better? My OBS is at the beginning compared to. Yeah, it's better. Okay. I had to turn my desktop audio up. It might mess up with the audio a bit. Can let me go to settings. I'm just gonna go to audio, master volume. I'll just turn this down. Effects, speech, play car, other cars, voice chat volume. Don't even need that. Okay, I think we're all ready to go. Is this better? Is this better? Okay, right. Let me send Alex a message to 10 times better. Okay. Don't really get everyone. Can everyone crash into the apex, please? Are we ready? Are we all ready to go? Unready. Why did I need to unready? Don't Teddy it. What is this guy on about? Mark, he's tweaking. Don't Teddy yet. Unready for. At exactly 7. Do we really have to start at that time? Right. Do we really have to start at half 3? Half 5, I meant. Don't Teddy yet, guys. Oh. Uh, this is funny. Oh, I meant 5th. Oh, I'm thick. I cannot speak. Okay, finally we're starting. Let's get going. I do not know what the positions will be like. I think I think we will find out soon, hopefully. Right, so this, if you are new to the chat and if you're not in the Discord, this is the Vortex Racing League and this is the Bahrain Grand Prix. We have 2 tiers. We have a tier 1 section and a tier 2 section. Tier 2 I think is for more unexperienced, and then tier 1's top, I think. We also have team principals, strategies like stewards, commentators as I am, and very maybe clean drivers depending on how they're feeling today. But hopefully all goes well, and I feel like there will be a safety car on the first lap because somebody definitely will just straight line. Hold up, can you not see the game? Okay, alright. We're already louder. The game is way too loud. Now it's good. Your voice is low compared to the game. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. All ready to go. So we have Donacho in P1. Oh, wait. I don't know. Is this the qualifying? Yeah, qualifying. Okay, so this is the qualifying. We have Donacho for Mercedes, Milias for the new Red Bull team, Cal for the old Red Bull team, Bocche, Ferrari, Frost, Aston, Cofiad in kick, no, not kick, Sauber, Francesco in Sauber again, Snail in Haas, and Proto in McLaren. So we have a 17-minute qualifying. Hopefully it might speed up. So this will be a very, very long race. It should be about an hour and 45 minutes. We have Donacho hitting a cone. Ooh, he's a bit dodgy, that guy. Let's go look at Coffee. Let's go look at this guy. Still in the pits. This is very surprising. Okay, so we have let's go have a look at an onboard view of Coffee. Yeah, again, so he is on soft, which is obviously the preferred thing to do on a qualifying. We will have to get that tyre temp in. So, and we have Sauberken still in the pits trying to sort this strategy out. And from yesterday's race, Coffee and Francesco was not in voice chat, so the chemistry just wasn't there, but now they are in voice chat. I think with their team principal, so hopefully they will have, and we have a caution in sector 3. Let me get the track map up, not the mini map, the full track. And Sabaken still in the pits. Isn't that Proto? Proto had a very bad racing yesterday. I think he crashed on the Proto gone into the pits. Don't know why. Francesco. Now we have people starting their qualifying time, so let's look at their actual time. People in the Twitch chat, is the game volume too loud? Is the game volume too loud, or is it fine? For me, it sounds fine. Okay, right, let's get qualifying up. Sabaken's still in the pits. He has not gone for an outlap yet. Let's turn that down because that's gonna cause an echo. Proto gone back into the pits. Let's look at Milias in the white Red Bull. That actually set a 1:34.1 the first time of the day. And Frost with a 1:34.8. Milias may set a quicker time here. What will he perform? And Milias with a 1:30.2. That may be hard to beat. However, Coffee and Francesco are a really fast driver. They may beat this. And we have a caution. Sector 2. And it seems like these two may have made contact. And it seems like Cal is stuck in third gear. He just seems to be letting Frost go past, I think. And Bocche setting a 1:43. Another caution section, and Coffee sets a 129.1, a whole 1.1 second in front of Milias. This will be a very good battle between Coffee and Milias if they qualify P1 and P2. Sabakendo still in the pit. Cal gone back into the pit. Sabakendo finally on his outlap. Proto on his outlap. And Francesco has gone back into the pit. He seems to may have some damage. Therefore he would have gone in because his tyres are pretty much brand new. So due to that caution, I'm guessing he had some either front wing damage or some other type of body damage. We have Proto finally on his laps. Let's see what I can do here. Takes that corner very, very fast. Setting him up for this next corner in turn 2. Can he stick on, I think that is Sabakenzo, and he may go for that dive bomb. He brakes a bit hard. I think, let me check, that is Sabakenzo. And wow, Proto with a really sketchy overtake around the outside. Taking that corner very, very wide. Missing the apex. Again, missing that another apex, but that sets him up for that corner. For the little cheeky right-hander. And Snail and Milias has gone into a pit for, I think, a tyre change. Now Proto didn't have a very good race yesterday. Hopefully he can make that back and have a better race hopefully. Most people have gone into the pits, but we have 11 minutes left on qualifying. Still Coffee in P1, Milias P2, Danacho P3, Snail, Frost, Waka, Cal, Sabakendo, Francesco and Proto. But Proto's hitting a 1.35, putting him in third position and beating Danacho. Francesco on his outlap. Cal still in the pit, probably changing the strategy. Everyone has seemed to go into the pits to change their strategy and have a chat with the team. Now let's have an on-board view of Sabakenzo for his first couple of laps. This is his first lap trying to set time. Will he go P2 or P1? Taking that corner very nice. He has set the fastest sector. He has set the fastest lap in sector 2. Can he hold that and put himself in P1? Taking a very nice exit on that corner. And Sabakendo's setting a 1.293. Very nice. And Snail is on his outlap. Can he warm up his tyres enough so he can get a good qualifying? This qualifying may be within milliseconds of the grid. Taking that corner very nice in the right-hander. Bahrain isn't one of the most technical tracks, so people can adjust to the track very easily. And it seems like Cal, I think, has just come out of the pits. Yes, he has. And Donacho has come out of the pit recently. And Francesco is hitting a 1.28. Putting him in first position, pole position if we want to get a bit dirty. I'm surprised that Snail then just didn't get a warning for that. Very surprised. Coffeead still in the pit. I think if Francesco and Coffeead still keep their P1 and P2, they will work together to fly They should not battle. Very nice entry into that corner. Partially missing that apex. If you know Brad Philpott, use more curb. Only real ones now. Sabi Kenzo gone back into the pit. Milias on their outlap. Partially missing that apex. I mean, Messi's up that exit. Coming onto the main straight. What time will he set? For 1:30.3, putting him in 5th. Now, Kofiad on his outlap. Will he try and beat his teammate, or will Francesco hold that position? Milias setting a 1:3.27. Francesco just gone into the pit. It seems like that might be Sabakenzo up in front of Milias. No, not Danacho. Wait, what? Yeah, Danacho. I'm tweaking. Let's have a look at this geezer. Seems like qualifying will end in 6 minutes. This may be a night race, which would be lovely. Will he have his tyres warm enough to set a very good lap time for Bahrain? I guess we'll find out very soon. In about 1 minute and 30 seconds, we will find out. Kofiad sitting still on a 1.2 now, one more on a 1.291. 1.291. Yep, that's it. 9 people in the Twitch chat. Thank you very much for everyone joining. And cutting the corner a bit. Will he get a warning for exceeding track limits? I think not. You cut that a bit. Oh, and again. Messing up that one corner, messed up that whole sector that into the partially missing that apex, and that apex again, putting him a very, very, very bad exit. Now, will that person move as Ferrari? Okay, he's not having the best time. He's not doing very well. With 7 seconds behind the leader. And what is Kofiad doing? Seems like he's letting somebody pass. Okay, pass. And then just overtakes him instantly. This is their banter. Oh, he's gone back into the pits, probably to have a little bit of a strategy with his team. It seems like Bocke has entered the pits as well. And let's see what he does. On Francesco on his outlap. Can he set a faster time to secure that first position? Francesco had a very good race today. I think he either got P3 or P6. So can he follow up with a pole position finish? Hold on. Is that my internet or is my Twitch chat bugging? Hold on. I need to check. Is that not running very smooth? Hold on. I need to check on this. I might have to reduce the voltage again. And let's see that. Coffee coming out of the pits on his out lap. Ross just gone into the pits. Or it might have been Cal. Francesco have a very good qualifying. We currently have 2 minutes left of the qualifying. Got a very slow exit on that corner. Overtaking Becky. Bocke is doing very, very slow. He might have slowed down to give that because he may have had a blue flag. What is happening on sector 2? And Francesco setting another fastest time on sector 2, but goes a bit wide on that exit. Can he set another amazing time? Again, a bit of wobbling, a bit of boat action, and he goes back into the pits because he hasn't had the best time. Now let's go on board with Proto. And Proto set a 129.3, putting him in podium position. Proto seems to be leaving a big gap between him and Donacho, because Donacho is quite a slow driver today, and yeah, he might catch up. We have currently 40 seconds left of qualifying. Let's see what they can produce. Okay, so let's go through the poll. So the first poll is who will win Bahrain T2, and the winner is Mark. And then the next one, who will win Bahrain T1, is closed with the winner as Gonza. And who will win a Bahrain T1 as well is Ghost. And Bahrain T1, and the only option was BB, which I don't think BB is here today. We currently have 2 minutes, which means people will be finishing up. And Coffee Ad, what has happened? Did Coffee Ad just disconnect? Did Alex just disconnect? What has happened? What has happened? I want to get a bit of a follow-up on that. And again, I think that will do it. So we have Francesco in P1. Coffee Ad, we don't know, maybe in P2. Oh, he's in the pit. He must be doing something. Okay, right. I think we are all ready. So we have Francesco P1, Coffee Ad P2, the Sauber team in P1 and 2, just like Mercedes. No, I'm kidding. Proto in P3 for McLaren, Sabu Kenzo in 4th with the Mercedes. Then we have Milius for the Cash App Racing Bulls. Then Snail for Haas, Donacho for Mercedes, Cal for Red Bull, Bocche with Ferrari, and Frost with Aston Martin. This was a very good qualifying for Sauber. Can they keep the lead? Because they are currently have about 65 points on the table. And then just behind them is Ferrari. Hold on, let me just double check this. So this is T2. So Sauber with 27, V-Carb in second with 25. Then we have Red Bull with 18, Ferrari with 10. Then Mercedes, McLaren, Aston, Alpine, Williams and Haas with 0 points. And then if you are wondering about T1, we currently have Sauber in first with 65 points, Ferrari in second with 41, Haas in third with 30, Aston Martin with 12 points, Alpine with 10, VCAB with 10, Red Bull with... Hold on. Red Bull will be 5th, Alpine 6th, VCAB 7th, Williams 8th, then McLaren, and then Mercedes with 0 points. And my bad, McLaren, you have 7 points. And there we go on the formation lap. And as you can see, the two green wonderful cars, Cofiad and Francesco, are in P1 and P2. Let's see what they can produce in this race. And if you are new to the chat, you can join this league. It is Vortex Formula Racing League on TikTok. The Discord is in the bio, so you are welcome to join. We are looking for commentators, stewards, because I need help back here, to be honest. We're looking for stewards, commentators, racers, drivers for like tier 1, which is the better league, and then we have tier 2, which is for more inexperienced, I think. But hopefully there's no turn 1 chaos into that hairpin. I'm pretty sure it is. I can not remember my corners. Not been go-karting in a while, but if there are any problems with the audio, please let me know in the Discord. Just send me a DM. Right. And if you didn't know, this is 4 points. I think Aston Martin does need to get points on the board. Plus, Ferrari does. We have quite a lot of teams that do need points on the board. And yet, there are only two teams with full drivers, which is Sauber and Mercedes. This gives them a huge advantage into the league. And Francesco's setting up a bit wonky on the formation, seen with McLaren, but can they lead? As we wait for these red lights. Donacho seems to have been disqualified. Let's get the show on the road. 1 red light, 2, 3 red light, 4 red lights, and it's a green lights. Never mind, it's not, and it's green lights. And away we go on the Bahrain Grand Prix Tier 2. And Frost has just been given a penalty due to jumping the start. McLaren tries and goes on the outside. Proto goes on. Proto loses and then go. Milias has lost a position. Milias takes that position back. Cal moves up a position from Snail. Can Francesco and Cofiad move up and take the lead and hold it, putting more points on that board? And let's go have a look at Donacho, see what is going on with the Mercedes drivers. And Snail goes up, Milias going all the way back down to P8. And it seems like they are going very slow into this corner because it is a full course yellow. Now this will regroup the drivers quite a lot. Can they hold that lead? Mercedes are back to back, and same with Sauber. And Proto is a one-man team. Hopefully he can get first and put points on his board for the one-man team. And if you didn't know, a yellow flag does mean no overtaking. Coming down on the third straight. And they are coming. And a drive-through penalty has been given to Francesco for speeding under the virtual safety car. He has had to go into the pit to do that penalty. Cofiad takes first, and then Proto takes second. Everyone has moved up a position. Proto taking first, but Cofiad takes that position back. McLaren right on his tail. Will he go to the left and try and go for a dive bomb? Can Cofiad take that switch back? No, Proto takes the position. Can Proto keep that position? He has gone all the way from third to P1 in just 2 laps. Can Cofiad stay on Proto's tail to try and go for a cheeky little dive bomb or go around the outside? And again, the Mercedes drivers are still stuck to each other. And it seems like Proto is just pulling it away from Cofiad. This is not like Sauber. Now let's go have a look at these Mercedes drivers. Can they not battle and catch up to the Proto and Cofiad that are battling? Hopefully they are in VC and saying, don't battle, push together. And as you can see, those beautiful Mercedes drivers. And it seems like Donato is trying to make a move on his own teammate. And Proto setting the fastest time of 1.32. Now we need to go have a look at some battles. And Donato try and take the move. However, Donato has the switch back and takes the position. What are these teammates doing? This could go for a straight line. And he's going to get one for exceeding track limits. And Donato has spun due to your teammates fighting. This is very disappointing for the Mercedes driver, and therefore Cal takes P4. Frost takes the position of Milias. These two are very slow, and Milias takes that position back, just absolutely pulling away from Frost. Can Milias and Frost catch up to P8? And Proto takes the position back from Cofiad. Let's have an onboard view with Cofiad. And there's a yellow flag in sector 2. With caution, but. And Frost takes the position of Bocke. All drivers seem to be pretty far away, except for these two battling for that pole position. It seems like Proto has the battery. However, Cofiad has preserved it, yet it is not enough. Can Cofiad try and make the dive bomb on the right-hand side? Will he go for it? No. He sticks on the tail. And he misses the apex. And Proto corner cut. Will he get a warning? Wow. He is cutting it close. Proto still has ERS. And Cofiad just pulling away from Proto. That's a corner cut. That has to be a warning, without a doubt. And it seems like Cofiad is just pulling away from Proto. And I do think that Sabakenzo will keep P3 for the rest of the race unless he does not crash and mess up badly. And so far it is going very well for Cofiad. They have had a very good strategy and hope that there was a safety car, well, a virtual safety car, and it was. However, it didn't go to plan because Francesco had got a warning and had to do a drive-through time penalty. And Proto going for a dive bomb. However, can Coffeehead stay on the inside? He cuts to the inside and corner cuts. Proto has the battery. Can Coffeehead make the switch back? He stays on the outside. Therefore, he has the corner for this next one. And Donacho seems to have moved up a position from Cal. Let's move to this. And Milias overtakes Snail. And wow, Milias just absolutely pulling away from Snail. And these two still on each other's tail. Proto tries to go on it outside. Tries to get more exit speed, setting himself up for the next corner. And he gets a horrible exit, causing Coffeehead and Sauber to pull away. However, Proto, I think, is using his battery to just close that gap. Now, this is where the strategy will probably change. And Proto goes for the overtake with his battery. Proto takes the position. However, Coffeehead has the outside and takes the inside on the next corner. Can he hold that position? And Proto is in second. However, he does on the inside of this corner. However, Coffeehead goes on the outside, setting himself up for the next corner on the inside. And it seems like Proto is just losing time on the back of the Sauber car. Green machine, as I like to call it. Or the Green Goblin. Now, let's have a look at these two. Sabakenzo and Donacho has had a battle. You can just see coming down on Sector 2, the two first and second place is just pulling away from everyone. That should be the opposite since they are battling. And Coffeehead is pulling away from Proto. Can Proto stay on Coffeehead's bum? And Proto tries to use his battery, but I says, no, I'm going to save it for the main straight. Can he use the remaining? Can Coffeehead preserve enough to hold the position? Proto goes on the inside, takes the position. However, Coffeehead has the outside and put himself on the inside on the next corner. Can he hold the position? No, he gets a horrible exit and Proto pulls away on the exit. Coffeehead has the inside. Can Proto go for the switchback? Proto still holding that position very well. However, Coffeehead has inside. He corner cuts a little bit. Proto on the inside. He's going to go around the outside of Coffeehead. However, he gets a slower exit on that corner. He's using his battery, tries to go for the inside, takes the position and holds the position very well. However, he has a bit of slide. Can Proto use that? And it seems like Sabakenzo is gaining on these two monsters. And Proto is not having a very good race. He must have some damage or tyre wear. And Francesco takes P5 away from Cal. Coffeehead has preserved that a lot. However, down the not main straight, coming into the final corner for lap 7. Can Proto use his ERS to overtake Coffeehead and take the inside? And it seems like Sabakenzo has decided to pit. Can Coffeehead stay on the outside and putting himself on the inside of that corner? However, Proto still has that corner. Francesco moving up to P4 because Donacho has got And Seba Kenzo has gone into the pits. And Kofiad is keeping his position. Can he use this? Kofiad takes and holds the position. Proto gets a shocking exit. Can Francesco catch up to Donacho? So he can put pressure, and there has been a caution on sector 2. Back to green flags. This is a very, very good battle between the two cars. Seems like Proto just had a bit of a wobble there because of him to get a shocking exit. However, he is catching up to the back of the Sauber car. Can Kofiad preserve his ERS to stop Proto making the move on the outside? Proto goes for the move on the inside. However, Kofiad has on the outside to keep his position. Move back on the inside. Can Kofiad get a faster exit, putting him not on the back of the tail, not on the tail of Kofiad? I'm just going to say Alex from now on. And Proto goes for the dive bomb. However, Kofiad preserves more exit speed, and there was contact between the two cars. And it seems like Bocke has somehow caught up to Proto and Kofiad when he's in that doesn't make sense. And Kofiad is now just pulling away from Proto. Proto gets a horrible exit. However, he uses his ERS. Let's just get the telemetry on. I think that will be a lot better. Nope, we don't want Donacho. Don't. I was spectating. Like, I'm tweaking, bro. And he seems to be just using his ERS. Come on. Personally, I'm rooting for Sauber. I'm not a bit of a glory hunter, but I am rooting for them. And it seems like Proto has gone into the pits. He may have the tyre. I cannot speak at the moment. He may have the tyre advantage. This'll put Francesco into P2 on the back of the other Sauber car. His teammate Donacho has also decided to pit before Mate, I need help back here. I cannot commentate on my own. And it seems like Snail is being a very, very good Snail. And Proto has kept P4. Well, not kept it, but he has only lost 2 positions. Can he catch up to the back of Cal? However, it is a 10-second gap between Proto and first place. Nope, and to Cal. Is that to... I'm to... Right, I will get the not the gap. Yep, to the leader. Okay, that'll probably do. Detail, position change. Nope. Lap data. Nope. Yep, that'll do. And what have we got? And it seems like Francesco has decided to pit. No, that's Kofiad. That is Kofiad has decided to pit, putting Francesco in first place, and they have caught up. I think they have stuck to the strategy because they have no tyre wear. A very, very, very good pit. And also, Proto back into P2. Proto overtakes and he's back into first. Cofiad goes into P3. Francesco still in the pits. Sabakenzo still in P2. Well, not still in P2, but this will be a 3-car battle between McLaren, Mercedes and Sauber. Sauber! And there you go, you can see all the positions. Proto has gained 2 overtakes, Sabakenzo 2 overtakes, Cofiad has lost 1, Milias gained 1, Francesco has lost 4 from going pole position, Ganacho has improved 1, Cal has took 1, Frost has took 1, and Bocke has still kept the same. Bocke and Snail has not had the best race. And Cofiad thought of to make a dive bomb on Sabakenzo. Nearly straight lining him. And Sauber gets a very, very wide exit on the corner. However, he has using his ERS to make the overtake on the inside. There is contact putting Sabakenzo on a very bad exit. Now Proto is just running away because those two have just battled quite a lot. And Mercedes goes back on the move for the inside. There's more contact between the two. Sabakenzo is making very, very risky moves. And it is not working out for him. He has wasted all of his ERS. Therefore, he cannot get the inside on this corner. And let's go on board with Cofiad. And he has preserved his ERS a lot better than Cofiad. And it seems like Proto is catching up to the back of Snail. Snail will get blue flagged if he... Snail will get blue flagged to let McLaren overtake. Now this is, I think, the second lap that Proto has overtook Francesco back into P5. And Francesco is just losing the... I can't speak, to be honest. I need help. And Proto just absolutely running away from the lead. And as we said in the pre-race interview, we said that Alex, well, slash Cofiad, said he was hoping for a P1. He is hoping for his first race win of the season. And will that be true? Because Proto will have to pit again due to him being on hards. No, he is not on hards. He is on mediums. And Cofiad has decided to go on hards because, therefore, if Proto goes into the pit, he may have to go for hards. And Cofiad will just pull away for a couple of laps when Proto runs out of tyre wear. It is a very good strategy for Sauber. The team principal is doing a very, very good job. And Olimar is the team principal of, I think, Ferrari, and he will be very disappointed with Bocque's finish. There is a 2.6 second gap between Proto and Cofiad. Will Proto pit anytime soon? The one-man team may win this race. And again, if you forget, there is a tier 1 race happening at, I think, 7:30. So in about an hour and 45 minutes. And Sabakenzo is losing the tail of Sauber the green machine. And Sauber had a bit of a wobble there. Let's take the pressure off of Sauber and put it on Mercedes. See that Francesco is catching up to the back of of Visa Red Bull. I got it right. And it seems like on Sector 3 there's a very close battle between Ferrari. Right. Nope, that's just Bocce getting lapped again. And Francesco has caught up. Will he use his ERS? DRS is enabled. Can he catch up to the back of Milias in the Visa Red Bull car? He's on the tail. Can he use his ERS on this straight? DRS is enabled for him. Will he use it? Can he go on the inside? Visa Red Bull and Francesco makes the move and completes it. There is more contact between the two. Francesco will not be happy. However, Milias taking the position back using very, very dirty moves. There is lots of contact made between the two. I think that will be a warning. I think the stewards will have a chat about that after. But Francesco takes the position back. But however, Milias is on the back of Francesco. Will he use his ERS to try and take the inside of this corner? And Francesco is just pulling away from Milias now. Due to Milias having a very bad exit on that last corner. And he goes really, really wide exit. This is not going well for Milias. Let's see if Sauber and McLaren can stick to their strategy. I think Sauber have changed their strategy a little bit due to Proto being very close to McLaren. Cannot speak today, me. There seems to be a caution in Sector 1. And Francesco is just pulling away from Milias. Can Francesco make the time back up from being in P1? He has dropped 3 positions. The team principal of Sauber will be very, very happy if Francesco gets a podium. And it seems like Francesco is pulling up to a back marker coming into Sector 3. He has gone a little bit too wide. However, that gives him a very, very shallow entry on the apex, cutting him a lot of time off. Now let's move all the way to Sabakenzo. See how he's doing. And there is caution in Sector 3 due to the McLaren. And it seems like Coffyard has had a bit of an incident. And Milias has decided to pit. I think he will be going on to mediums or sticks on hard. Francesco is making time up to Sabakenzo. There's about an 8-second gap between the two. Will he hold the lead? Mint position. My bad. Caution sector 1 once again. However, the flags do go green again. Not flags. Caution is gone. Coming on to lap 18. This is one of my favourite straights on Bahrain. Such a scenic view. Such a scenic view. And Proto again has gone from P3 all the way to P1. His strategy is working so well. Yesterday's race, he DNF'd from the race due to a bad crash on lap 1 or lap 2. I cannot remember. And the Sauber car is making time on Proto very fast. Can he close the gap to a 3.9 second? And it seems like he is. Proto is doing very slow, however, it goes back to a 4-second gap. Savicenzo also making time. Proto is not having a very good lap. Can everyone make time on Proto? There's a 20-second gap between Donacho and Milias. Milias had a very bad pit. You mean 1 hour 50? Brother. Oh, same thing. GF, don't ruin the moment. Don't ruin the moment. Do not ruin the moment. I was having a good time. Snail having a very, very bad race. There's a whole 1 minute gap between Bokeh and Snail. I feel like Snail may retire from this race. Coming down on the main straight onto lap 19. And it seems like Proto is catching up to another back marker called Frost, which he is for Aston Martin. The one-man team is doing very well, however it will not be enough. I think this may put points on the board for Proto. Seems like Kofjad is making a whole second in between 3 laps. This may be a very, very close final laps of the race. And Snail has decided to pit for last. Proto is on the tail of Frost. Frost will get a blue flag to let Proto move. If Frost does not let Proto pass, yes he does let him pass. And Frost has decided to pit, coming down on the main straight onto lap 20 now. Let's move over to Savicenzo, see what he's doing. The Sauber team is doing very, very well. However, there is a very, very big gap between 4th and 3rd. I do not think that Francesco will get a podium position. Can the Sauber team close the gap on P1? And what an amazing overtake Kofjad has just done on a back marker called Snail. Snail has been a very, very slow Snail today. He's not having a very, very good race. I cannot wait to do this post-race interview and see what the thoughts are of the team principal. And obviously yesterday, Kofiad and Francesco was not in a team chat, so the chemistry wasn't there, and they had quite a bad race. However, one of them did get a P3 position. And Sabakenzo has decided to pit. Francesco may be able to go into P3 position. And he has Francesco into a P3 position. Sabakenzo dropping down quite a lot. And the Mercedes team may be back to back from each other. Let's have a look. Of course we'll have a look. And Sabakenzo gets a very, very bad exit on that corner. Can he make it up to all his teammates? Now, Sabakenzo and Donacho has had a bit of a battle. I do not think the team chemistry is there for the both of them. Hopefully they are in a team chat and saying don't battle, push hard. Proto surely will have to pit very soon. He takes a very, very wide exit, exceeding track limits, where he does not gain time from it. Will he go into the pits? No, he does not. He is sticking on mediums. And he does not decide to go into gear 8 to pull into that corner. Taking a very, absolutely beautiful. And I think Proto may finish on mediums. I do not think he will have to pit. I think the limit for mediums is about 15. So he may be in the clear. And Kofian is so close to Proto. This will be a very good final few laps between the two. Proto is losing time because of his tyres wear. Proto will have to pit soon. If he pits, he may be able to go back into P4 or P3. Takes a very wide exit. Proto. Kofiad tries to go on the inside. DRS will be enabled soon. DRS is enabled. Can Kofiad go on the inside? And Proto trying to swerve. Kofiad goes into first. Can he hold that position? And he takes that position. Can Kofiad now pull away from Proto? Proto may make a move on the inside. However, Kofiad will have the outside and go into the inside. There is contact between the two. Kofiad will have some damage on his front wing. He holds the position, doesn't leave room for Proto. Now, the Sauber green machine is now pulling away from Kofiad. Proto's tyre wear will be up there. He may have to pit soon. And I'm surprised there has only been one virtual safety car, no safety car. If there was a safety car, maybe Snail may maybe be able to unlap themselves. There's a big gap between all of the P5 to P10. Kofiad just pulling away. Proto having the worst exit out I've ever seen on that straight. Now DRS will not be enabled because it's a 6-second gap between Proto and Kofiad. What has happened to Proto? Proto decided to pit. He's going to be put in on softs, I think. Soft is probably the best shout. Francesco going into P2. The team principal for the Sauber team will be very, very happy with this. I do not think Proto will be able to make up the time. Sabakenzo going into P3 because of Proto going into the pit. Proto now exiting the pit just in front of the Mercedes and Red Bull team. Now let's have a look at the Mercedes and Red Bull battle. They're having a very close battle. And there is contact! Contact! The Visa Red Bull team has been spun. I wonder whose fault that was. Thank the Lord I just caught that right now. Now is a 4-second gap between the two. Wow. Wow. Now Milias will not be happy with that. Milias will not be happy because of that. However, the Mercedes car should have left him enough room to try. Because if Donacho left him enough room, then Milias will have took that position. And I think Donacho is like, I'm not going to have that. I'm not going to leave you room. I'm going to let you spin out. You can deal with it on your own. See, like, Proto has gone down to P4. Coming on lap 26. Kofiad coming down on the main straight. No, he's not. Oh, my days. Oh, my brain is not braining today. And Kofiad takes a very, very shallow exit on that corner. Can he hold the lead? Francesco will be very happy with a P2 finish. And Cal has been given a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He will not be happy about that one. If Frost can catch up, he has put himself on softs. That is a very smart idea. I feel like Proto, if I was him, I would have put myself on soft. Because softs will lap till the end of the race. However, Kofiad may have to pit again. He have been putting on time on those hard tyres. Same with Francesco. The Sauber team principal has had a very good team strategy today. And this guy said, the team principal has said their strategy will be the meta strategy. And it obviously is. And Proto sets a 1.131 of this race. I can't speak. I can't speak! I can't speak! Sorry about that wind. It's a windy day. And no car seems to be decently close to each other. However, Proto is gaining time on Sabakenzo. Proto may put himself into P3. The one-man team may get points. Let's just have a look at where McLaren is on the league. McLaren has got 0 points. I think if McLaren gets points, then they will definitely be in either position 4 or 3 on the league. Proto trying goes on the inside. He try and makes the move. He's not got enough speed. However, he gets a faster exit. DRS is not enabled for him. He'll be very unfortunate for that. Proto takes P3. Can he get in front of Proto? Not in Proto, Sabakenzo. He makes the move, and there is contact between Sabakenzo and the cone. Proto will take P3 for this race, unless he has a very, very unfortunate spin. And I think the this has been decided. Proto will probably take P3. Francesco in P2. Koffiad in P1. Alex and Francesco will be very happy with this finish. Proto finishing where he had qualified. Proto will be happy their team has points on the board. I don't know if there is a team principal for McLaren, so if you would like to be a team principal for McLaren, it is open. And I'm sure Lebo going from Sauber to Ferrari will not be happy with his teammates in T2. And I think we will need teammates for Haas, Aston Martin, Red Bull and Ferrari and obviously Visa Red Bull for the next season. Or you can even sign them mid-season. I think we still do need some team principals for some teams. Sauber is having a very good race for the 2 drivers. And Koffiad is pulling away from his own teammate. Bocke will get another blue flag to let Koffiad past. Little ASMR action. There was a caution sector 2 because Koffiad had a bit of contact with a bit of debris. Coming down on the 3rd main straight. Coming down on a main straight. Coming for on lap 29. Seems like Koffiad may take P1. Francesco may stay P2 and Proto will definitely stay in P3. So that there is a close battle between Donato and Milius. Let's just have a quick look at that on the final lap. The team principal for Sauber will be very happy with this finish, putting a lot of points on the board. And again, there is a T1 race in about an hour. An hour? Will Red Bull make the move on the inside? And there is contact! Contact! Donato will get a penalty for that, for swerving into Milias. Milias should have P5 right now. Bocke had having a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And I feel like the stewards will have a word about that contact. Milias should have P5. Donato should have a bit of a time penalty for that. Now, due to that contact, Donato is pulling away. However, Milias is a faster driver and may take that position that he should have. And Koffiad is coming down on the main straight. He will take P1. Francesco will take P2. Can Milias take the position? Coming into the final corners of Sector 2. Can Milias make a move on the main straight? Francesco finishes in P2. Proto finishes in P3. Can Milias make a move on this straight? He is not in the DRS zone yet. Can he get a better exit than Danacho? He takes a very wide exit. He has not got enough battery to win. And Danacho takes P5. And Milias takes P6. Wow. What a race that was. Sauber will be very, very happy with that finish. And Cal obviously will have a time penalty. And I feel like Milias should have that position, to be honest. I feel like the Visa Red Bull should have more points. Danacho is a very, very dirty driver right now. And if you are in the Twitch chat, we will have post interviews. The race has finished. Milias will not be happy. I will want to interview him after. Now, let's go to the post interviews. Come on now. Now let's switch to this scene. Let's just mute that one. Hold on. Is that better? Is this better? Hold on. Is that better? Right. I think that should be fine. Now let's go on to this one. Bro, Danacho was not driving cleanly at all. Yeah. We will have a word with the stewards. Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's go into the post-race interviews. We need to get everyone in here. If you are not in it, please join up. Let's just do a quick at everyone. I first do want to... Yo, we're not doing interviews yet. We're doing it after T... Oh, we're doing it after T1. Okay, let me just delete that message. Let me delete that message. No problem, right? I'm not happy with that result. Right. Turn your screen off when I type this, so you can say it loud instead of them seeing it. Okay. All right. Let's go to the F1 scene. I'll just do this real quick. Okay, they can't see the screen. Also, end stream now so we can save T2 race. Alright, hang on to sec. Snail is race banned. He was in the race but was race banned. Okay, alright. Right, so that'll do it for the T2 race, and we will see you in a bit for the T1 race. Bye bye.